kids. We're doing Tubi Terrors, and this is number 21 for me. Tubi Terrors was a situation that was started by LU Card. Great channel. I'll put a link below. And what we have here is a movie that goes by more than one name. It's a Spanish film. I'm not sure. I'm really kind of confused about how this was situated. I can't pronounce the original Spanish title, but Hannah, Queen of the Vampires, also known as Hannah, Young Hannah, Queen of the Vampires. When you find it on Tubi, it's going to be Crypt of the Living Dead, but the print is titled Hannah, Queen of the Vampires. Also Vampire Woman. It's a 1973 Spanish-American horror film directed by Julio Salvador, with additional footage directed by Ray Danton. Okay, what we have is a vampire film, a little bit different, but a lot of the same type of situations. There's an island. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be. It's in the Mediterranean, so it's near Spain. I'm not sure if it's part of Spain, but there was a back in 1269, a woman named Hannah was buried. I guess a Crusader, King Louis the Seventh buries Hannah, his young wife, in a cave in the middle of the Mediterranean 7 centuries later. Professor Bolton, who is played by Andrew Prine, with the help of Peter Mark Damon and his sister Mary, played by Patty Shepard. They opened up the Crypt. Well, they don't open up the Crypt. Chris Bolton, Professor Bolton, he arrives on the island because his father, who was, milling around in the tomb, gets chased by these two wild guys. It kind of makes a little bit of sense by the end of the movie. Who are they? Why are they doing this? The vampire hasn't been resurrected yet. They chase him underneath the tomb, which is kind of suspended. He goes under it. This is a PG rated movie, and it gets kind of gruesome because he gets crushed except for his head underneath this thing, and the head pops off, and then they start dancing around the room with the head. PG, 1973. But his father, Chris Bolton's father, that was him dying. So he comes and he wants the body. The head is disappeared, but he wants the body be taken out of being crushed. And he's an engineer, and he's trying to get it rigged up and trying to get locals to do it for him. And one of the things he feels he has to do is take the lid off, uh, which everybody warns him it's going to resurrect Hannah, played by Teresa Gippera. I think that's how you pronounce it. Uh, and of course, it's 700 years, and uh, Chris thinks she's gonna be just bones. Opens it up, and she's in perfect condition. This doesn't even convince him that she's a vampire. She's supernatural in one way, but she's definitely a vampire. Um, and everybody's convinced that she's free. She's actually buried alive, uh, at which she is. And it's not a whole lot of victims. The first victim is a dog. Uh, Getting a little blood makes her a little bit stronger. Uh, uh, things go on. Things go on. uh, he's Chris is still trying to get people to help him out. He's still denying the fact that there's vampires until he can't do it anymore. Uh, there's some drama here and there with Peter and Mary. Of course, Mary and Chris hook up. This movie is mostly kind of sluggish, and one of the big problems is Hannah. Hannah the vampire. Hannah. Uh, she's kind of lame as a vampire. Part of the time, she's running around as a wolf. It looks more like a dog, but uh, and Chris is kind of a downer most of the time. So I can't really recommend this movie, even though it's nice and free on Tubi. Uh, there are times when there's a good try at mood, but it's never really maintained very long. And there is some nice trappings that I enjoy with vampires. The fog and the crosses and stuff like that. You know, it made it somewhat bearable, but overall, this movie just doesn't work for me. Well, this is Tubi 21, Crypt of the Living Dead, or Hannah, Queen of the Vampires, whichever you prefer. Okay, until next time, stay fit, stay safe, and always have a good time. Bye now.